All right, Jerry, I know you're excited, boy. We finally got an actual trailer for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
It looks fucking like I never left. It looks so good.
Yeah, I forgot. There's some first-person Metroid games, huh?
Yeah, no, that's the whole Prime trilogy or quadrilogy. I don't know what the fuck the word is, but yeah, I think that's the whole first person.
The Prime Continuum.
I'm so excited. It seems like it's a new character or a new enemy, at least should say.
The other, he's like wearing a suit as well.
Yeah, that guy, the middle guy when they come out of the ship.
Yeah,
It seems like that's the guy. Pretty similar to Samus, which is also pretty similar to Dark Samus in a way. It could just be a space pirate. It looks like it from what I've seen in the trailer. Just a bunch of space pirates just gallivanting, pillaging, and then you see I would assume the commander with his fucking sleek ass armor, and it seems like he has an arm cannon like Samus. So this should be a good one.
It's either a Phazon suit or it's something else. More than likely, it's probably a Phazon suit.
No, probably not.
Yeah, Dread, the final boss, was a Phazon, and he had armor.
I feel like Phazon has a certain color to it. This guy just has like a steel armor set, or I would see. But probably because he is seen coming out with some fucking Metroids, so there might be a Phazon aspect to his, at least to his blaster. But
wait, you mean her?
Samus has a.
You mean her name's not Samus Metroid?
Oh my god, bro!
We were talking the other day about like not really the chronological order, but like the order of when and what happened to Dark Samus. And in the middle of my investigation, I was watching the ending, like perfect ending for Corruption. Right at the end, right when Samus leaves, she takes off, and then right before the credits roll up, another ship pops up right behind her, and then takes off right after her. And I was like, oh, that's probably the dude. It's probably the dude from the fucking...
was it the ship that came up?
No, because the ship that we saw in Beyond was a Federation, like a battleship.
Yeah.
But the ship that we saw that chases after her is like Samus' ship is a one-person ship. But the ship that was shown in the ending of Corruption is like a green, sleek ship. But it could be, you could be right. Because if it's not a Phazon, my next mindset is probably like a bounty hunter, like Samus. I think that they made the DS game like the one that's like PvP-ish, and I'm pretty sure that one is canon. I think it's called Federation Force.
I think that looks like space pirate ship. I never played Corruption, so seeing that, that's cool. Fucking Samus giving the thumbs up. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a fucking big world, so I feel like Dark Samus is done, though. Like, we're done seeing her. Or it. I don't know, man. It's been a while since I played any Prime, so I don't really, like, have an updated lore account for that. Phazon is crazy, though, so it might be that.
Jerry, it was from Hunters. It's from Hunters. That's the one I was thinking of. Metroid. Yeah, Metroid Federation is the one where you're like Space Marines, but Hunters is the PvP one, where like Samus and all the other bounty hunters like are trying to get the thing. I don't know if you ever played that one, but one of the hunters is Silex.
Is that the guy in Beyond?
It's we see two pictures here. There's one from Prime 4, and then there's one from Hunters. So this is probably the guy that we're looking at. I'm gonna send you the link right now. But yeah, man, I like the continuity for Metroid. I think it's really dope. One of my favorite things about Metroid is, as a whole, is like it's very adult in series. Like, I don't really feel like they're lenient or let up for anything, especially like, and I don't want to like go too far here, but like for the sake of like children's sake, getting kids into Metroid and making it kid friendly, like they don't really try to do that. So he might not be the only hunter. That's my thing. If Prime 4 comes back,
yeah, that's definitely him.
We might be looking at the other hunters are probably going to be there too.
They don't look the same, right? They all have like
yeah, they're all different.
Cool. Yeah, that's definitely him. That's cool. Continuity, fucking, that's a big plus. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then 2025 for that game. So that's crazy that we're actually getting a year on that.
It's more than likely because they're gonna push out another remaster before then, like a Echoes or Corruption, or they'll probably release both at the same time.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because it's going to be a launch game for Switch 2.
You think so?
It's almost time. Switch is old.
You think we'll get another Smash?
I don't think so, because I've from what I remember hearing is that it's going to be backwards compatible. Because I think it's going to be using cartridges again, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude, if we go back to cartridges, it's just full circle, bro.
Whatever you call the Switch games, like the physical copies.
Oh, little small carts? No, you're
Yeah.
wrong. You're right. Cartridges.
Okay.
That's what I would still call them.
Yeah, Metroid Prime was the teaser trailer was at the end of the Nintendo Direct we got the other day. This one was pretty cool. It started off right off the bat with a new Mario and Luigi game. I like the art style for it. I guess it looks turn-based, right? Am I not mistaken on that?
Yeah, Mario and Luigi games are usually turn-based.
Right. You had this on your phone, right? The Mario and Luigi RPG, was that what it was called?
I played Superstar Saga a lot.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
I think that's the one that started.
That's the first one. That's the Game Boy one.
of the Mario and Luigi Saga, yeah. But for RPG, there's a lot more. Yeah, this looks like a good time, and especially, you know what's fucking selling me on it? Just the title, man. Brothership. Let's fucking go, man. I want to see more of these two, like, just interact with each other, dude. In a fucking teamwork kind of way. And if there's a bros attack, like, function, I'm all in. I'm so in.
Yeah, you didn't see some of the Bros attack?
I didn't see anything from the Direct except for Metroid.
Dude, yeah, check it out, bro. They show off some of the Bros attacks, and they look so fucking cool, bro. They look
beautiful.
way... And it's like... The way that it looks now, it's... I want to say, like, CGI animated, not just, like, pixelated.
Oh my god, this is... Oh my god.
The orientations for, like, Bros moves, like, the camera switches and shows, like, dramatic orientations and stuff like that. And it's really cool, man. Like, it's just fucking awesome.
It's making me want to play Superstar Saga again. Oh my god, man. Yeah, I'm glad they still incorporate the Bros attacks maneuvers, because it's so hype, man. I love Mario, but I really love Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, Mario and Luigi is just one of the best games that they made.
I need to save these memes, because there's a picture where it shows like Mario by himself, and he's kind of happy and goofy, right? And then Mario in Super Smash Brothers, and he's ready to fuck some shit up. And then they showed Mario and Luigi, and it's like a different level of fucking intense. Like, I think it showed, I think it was a cosplayers, but like buff Mario and Luigi just fucking chatting out.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's so good, man. Oh man, yeah, I can't wait for this one. I'm actually gonna play this one. I haven't played any of like the Brothers in Time or Bowser's Inside Story. I would have loved to play Brothers in Time, but I missed the whole 3DS wave. As soon as you can tell me I can jailbreak my PSP, I was all in on the PSP. But I can appreciate the 3DS. It was new and it's interesting, and it stayed around for a while, so it's making me want to go back and play those. I just don't know how it's gonna translate to like an emulator, you know?
Yeah.
It should be fine. But for the most part, it should be fine. I feel like if you really want to use like the touch... Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I actually think, and I don't remember, in one of these games, you need to use the microphone.
You do.
So that, I don't know how it would work out for you.
Just use your mic.
Just use your mic.
Just use your mic, yeah. If you do it on your phone, it'll probably work. I mean, your phone is technically a touchscreen, so only half of the screen is going to be like whatever. You know, the bottom part is going to be like you being able to use the... This is what made me want to get one of those new Motorola Razrs. Since they're just automatically like flip phones, they would just automatically orientate like that anyway. I was like, that's fucking great. Yeah. Honestly, though, the best Mario and Luigi by far, I don't know if you'll get into them all, but Bowser's Inside Story, that was fucking great. It was one of the best ones, honestly. I didn't even get to play that one entirely, but I played it enough to know that any game where you can play as Bowser, that's a keeper.
Yeah, so Brotherships drop in on November 7th. Craziest thing about this Direct was there's a lot of holiday releases coming out, mostly October, November, so you got to pick wisely with these ones. After that, to surprise, we got... yeah, that's Fairy Tail 2 right there, baby. Yeah, we're getting Fairy Tail 2, which is crazy. It's from Koei Tecmo, and it's a turn-based RPG. I never picked up the first one. It looked good, but I just remember there was a season pass for that game, and it was $60.
Whoa.
And all you get for that season pass, if I'm not mistaken, was I think 2 or 3 new characters and then a new dungeon to explore, and that was kind of like really it.
Oh man, it looks so slow.
I mean, you know, they got the anime CG models down for these games lately, so it looks okay.
I mean, yeah, the character models look good, but I don't I don't really think that like the cinematography and the action is really good. Like it looks like I see what is her name? Ezra?
Urza?
Yeah, and I like saw her do her little like
like,
you know, her little execution move with the 2 swords.
yeah.
I'm like, man, that could have looked way cooler.
Yeah, the camera angle's a little stiff, yeah.
That part where Gajeel is just fighting, it just looks so abysmally slow. Like everybody else is just waiting to get hit. If anything, RPG, yeah, it's come a long way to where like we can have the enemy team like just continually move and do their own things while you try to figure out what to do there, man. Final Fantasy helped push the RPG aspect of video games and have it evolve to where like it's not just completely static the whole time and actually turn-based like that. Like I like getting hit or trying to dodge while trying to I don't know, cast something or trying to figure out what to attack and what's critical to what, you know. Like keep it moving. Like I don't like, especially with Fairy Tail, you know, because it seems like it's always action no matter what. Just having everybody like your enemies just stand around, it feels really like empty.
Yeah, that was like my disappointment with when the first one got announced, and it was like, oh, it's a turn-based RPG, and I'm like, I mean, that's cool, but like the last Fairy Tail game we got was I think on the DS, and like that was like an action game. It's like to not have a console version is kind of disappointing.
Like putting aside that it's Fairy Tail, and it has a 2 next to it, like there's more Fairy Tail. I don't want more Fairy Tail.
I don't want more Fairy Tail.
Like literally, who asked for this?
Well, yeah, who asked for this game specifically? Yeah, I'm not caught up on the sequel, but it's been good.
Okay.
It has that fun energy back without it being too like hero-esque. The mangaka, it's just really not doing anything different like a lot of RPGs are doing lately. Like there's some in here, like the next one I wrote down was Fantasian Neo Dimension. I was like, oh, this kind of looks like a standard RPG, but there's like some new mechanics in there that look kind of fun.
This is pretty much Final Fantasy. They got the fucking team together for this. Leo must confront an evil entity.
So the unique thing with this, if you have enemy encounters, you can literally just say, I'm gonna fight them later, and then it becomes this pool of enemies that you can collect.
Oh shit!
And then when you're ready, you fight all of them at once. But if you like one of your party members is a spellcaster, you can alter the trajectory of the spell so it can hit more targets at once.
Yeah, this is a cool concept. It's basically, you know, just grinding monsters.
I'm sure like the rewards are better if you let them stack.
Yeah, I'm sure too.
Yeah, I think that would be the purpose. You know, try to stack as many. It'll probably be based on difficulty of monsters, rarity of monsters, and the amount of monsters.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be like a bonus stat for, you know, fighting multiple enemies like that.
Games like this, I can imagine, you know, like your main objective is to probably complete like the bestiary or like enemy encyclopedia or whatever, you know.
So we got a Metroid Dread boss in here. That's cool.
It's funny. It's pretty RPG heavy, this direct, and I was looking on Twitter. Somebody said, like, if you're excited for these games, you're a lost cause.
That's fucked up.
And then just the backlash from that was so funny. That's coming out later this year. And then after that, we got Mio, which stands for Memories in Orbit. Looks pretty cool. I like the art design. And
this is the characters like something I would make out of random bullshit in school. Like an eraser, a couple of staples, maybe a pencil. Not bad, pretty. I like the level design.
Yeah, like a Metroidvania kind of thing.
Doesn't this remind you of
Sonic?
Yeah, like it reminds me of like one of those kind of games where you can't really like touch the environment, like Meat Boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is the other one? The girl with the hat,
Celeste,
the time traveling hat, or whatever.
Oh, A Hat in Time.
So Celeste look kind of like that game.
There's A Hat in Time. That's a 3D environment, though. Celeste is also one like that, where it's a lot of platforming and you can't really touch the ground too much.
I think I was thinking of Celeste, not A Hat in Time.
Yeah, that game looks cool. Comes out next year. I like kind of like the cell shading it has on there is pretty nice. It really gives pop to some of these mechanical designs, like with the bosses.
Mm-hmm.
It really reminds me of like I only really see that in like Telltale games.
Mm-hmm.
where they want to like
Yeah,
really
that's true.
outline cross shading and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like Borderlands too.
Yeah, Borderlands got really wonky. I don't really like the art style for Borderlands 3. I'm not really saying that shit on anybody. I'm just like, from Borderlands 2 to Borderlands 3, like, yeah, you can see some improvements. But overall, I think like the character design for Borderlands 3 there isn't really that great to me. Yo, what is the next game? Yo, set me up, dude.
We got your parents' Wii Sports here, baby. Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports.
Oh my god, they look atrocious, dude.
At first, it's like, whatever. But watching the trailer, I was like, you know what? Actually, this kind of looks fun.
Yeah, dude. It reminds me of 3-on-3. Played a Mario 3-on-3.
Man, where's my Tex Avery Sports? Oh god, what the fuck? Hold on.
I'm really
hold
not
on,
a fan
hold
of the
on.
graphics,
Listen to that.
no.
Listen to that.
The gamer voice.
Porky pig just in the Matrix, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, it looks fun. I'll give it that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got some of that jank in there. It looks like. That was cool. The next game they showed off was Farmagia, and I was about to brush this game off, and I'm like, oh great, another fucking farming game. Like, who cares? And
At least see that.
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna bring this up. Yeah, this game, Hiro Mashiro drew all the characters. So this is the fairy tale guy, and you can tell like, oh yeah, he just draws like the same like characters all the time. Like later in the trailer, there's a giant dragon. I'm like, that's just fucking Acnologia, bro.
So is this Fairy Tale 3?
Might as well be. But yeah, so it is a farming game. You farm your monsters,
Oh
and then there's just
my
hordes out. So I was like, that's actually kind of fun.
So you grow your monsters and you create
Yeah.
hordes.
I don't know what the limit would be, but you can have at least 20 of like the wolf types right there, just out in the field. It's like that's actually kind of fun.
That's so much.
Yeah, if this is only on the Switch, like it's about to blow up with all those animals out.
Yeah, that shit's gonna sound like a jet engine. Clean your switches. Now's the time.
I gotta get a new Switch, man. The battery on my Switch died.
Or you can get a new Switch. yeah.
What?
Marvelous would produce this kind of game. I'm not gonna lie to you. They produce a lot of like weird games, but a lot of them are hitters. So many of them are hitters.
I'd be down to check it out. That's coming out November 1st. And then after that, we got the announcement of Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. I was like, oh, that's cool, new DK. It's like, oh no, it's just the remake.
No,
well,
no,
not a remake,
No,
a remaster.
remaster.
They did say in the trailer they're adding the 3DS levels.
This looks clean, I'm not gonna lie.
The one that came after this was the ice one, right? Like the Frozen World or whatever.
That came out on the Wii U, and then they re-released it on the Switch years later, and it was still $60.
Dog, this is gonna be $60.
I know.
Something about a sunset in the background and just the bodies as silhouettes is really cool.
Do you remember when Pokemon Blue, Red, and Yellow were first, but they were around like $35 to $40? I think they were like anywhere between $35 to $45. If they were to make the decision with Game Freak to be like, you know what, we're gonna release Pokemon on the emulators, but you have to pay for them.
I'm waiting
There
for
is
that.
no doubt in my mind they would probably release it at the exact same price that the games came out with back in 1996 and shit.
Well, no, I would see them doing the trilogy like they did with the Mario games. It was like Sunshine 64 and whatever the other game was, and then drop it for like $60. But yeah, that's cool. At least there's some DK content that's coming out January 16th next year. I know you're hyped for this, dude. Freaking Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D.
Fucking back, baby, let's go. I wasn't a super big fan at first of like the pixel remakes, but when I saw that they like redid the entire like the world around it, I was like, oh yeah, I can get on board with this. That's totally fine. Mm-hmm. Like I can live with this, bro. Like this is great.
Yeah, the Octopath filter. Yeah.
Must
Yeah,
have picked Mario.
it's got that Octopath travel shit.
Yeah, CG environments, but you're still pixel with like more lighting and all that. It looks good.
I love that, man.
It's
Yeah.
I mean, compared to the original, I don't even think it was a Super Nintendo game. I think it was a Nintendo. I think it was in the NES. I think Dragon Quest 2 and 3 were on the SNES.
And this is like one of the fan favorites, right? 3?
Yeah, everybody, because 1, 2, and 3 are all, I guess, what you would consider like one installment. You're not the same person, but you're a descendant of the warrior, of like the legendary hero. His name is Eldrick.
Yeah, because right after the trailer, they were talking a little bit And they also announced next year 1 and 2 is also getting the HD remake, and it's all part of a trilogy. They're releasing 3 first because it's like a prequel, or it takes place before 1 and 2.
Is that right? I don't want to spoil it for myself, but if I think about it the way that you're saying it, I can understand exactly how the plot works now. Dude, the fanfare will bring a tear to your eye. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, dude.
That shit's like my...
Yeah, no, November 14th for DQ3 HD 2D. After that, we got another HD thing coming out, Luigi's Mansion 2.
I heard this one is like the one that nobody likes.
Yeah, looks cool. No release date yet.
I like how fast you were done. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool.
I mean, like, what else is there, honestly? It's just Luigi in a house.
Oh, yeah,
There's a
little
ghost dog. That's cool. You're just hunting ghosts, killing spiders, I guess. King Boo's there again. Oh, but it's... Ooh.
Oh, I forgot they added the online aspect.
Multiplayer, yeah. That actually looks pretty cool.
That slaps, bro. That slaps hardcore.
You know, we may shit on Nintendo. That's one cool thing is they'll do stuff like that. I didn't write it on here, but they added new games for the online, or the Nintendo Online thing.
Expansion packs?
Yeah, and some of those games they also added like multiplayer. Like, was it Perfect Dark? Getting the original on there. And they're adding 4-player multiplayer. After that, dude, we got another Metal Slug game. Metal Slug Attack Reloaded. It's out now.
Don't get too excited. Let me explain the bullshit with what we're looking at here.
There's decks?
Don't even get excited. Let me tell you this.
I'm not excited.
This used to be a gacha game. Sorry, this is a gacha game.
Oh.
I used to play this game years ago on my cell phone, and they just ported it to the Switch. And you know, I was talking about this with Akil yesterday, the shittiest thing is, I don't know if this game is free, but if they charge money for it, that's so outlandish, bro. To basically port a gacha game onto your game console and then have you pay money for what would have been a free game.
Let's see. It's also on Steam. $10 right now on Steam.
You missed me with this one, man. This is like, I had fun with this, but I can only have as much fun as... There it is. There's the gacha. You see what I'm saying? I can't, bro. I'm sorry. Like, this ain't it. Like, if you were gonna put your time and efforts and assets back into this IP, you could have gone back into the 3D route.
Yeah.
If, like, literally for all I care, you could have gone back into the 3D route. If you weren't gonna give me another side scroller Metal Slug, if you really wanted to be different, you could have just done that. They show you like all these random fucking SNK characters that are supposedly a part of the series. I'm really sad to see that they did this to one of my favorite series. If this is at least a step in the next direction, which is to bring back the IP under a new game, like, and I mean like either a new side scroller or a new concept, then I'll play devil's advocate and say that this is probably something we need. I don't know if we'll get anything out of this. Otherwise, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. You could have again put all of your time into remastering or remaking Metal Slug Anthology and then making that online play, because that's only local co-op. And they released Metal Slug Anthology, I think, at least 2 or 3 times.
Reading up on some of the stuff, all the microtransactions are gone. They made the gacha rules pretty cheap from what people are saying.
I'm going to let you guys know, we're talking about this right now is probably the most amount of time I'm going to spend on this game. Just talking about it.
It looked cool, but I didn't know it was a gacha game. That's crazy. But what's even more fucking crazy, Capcom is fucking out here and they said, hey, we're doing a Marvel vs. Capcom fighting game collection. Holy shit, dude. We are so back.
The biggest hype that I have for the collection coming back is that they just have like a whole subsection just dedicated to BGM. Could not tell you every single song on MVC2. Every single song is a banger.
That's all I needed to know.
Every
from
single
Matt.
one.
Yes.
He's like, I can't. That's all I needed to know.
You take me for that fucking ride, dude. Take me on it.
Take me for that ride.
And you know that's the song they picked for the trailer when they brought that part up. And it's like, yeah, they know what they're doing. Magma Muscles said it needed to be so over for us to be this back. And if you guys haven't seen it by now, Maximilian Dude's reaction was so fucking funny.
It was not funny. It was authentic. Like, it was genuine for somebody who did not expect that shit to come out.
Oh my god, that rollback better. Woo.
Yeah, 7 games in total. They're giving it the Street Fighter anniversary treatment, where rollback, lobbies, training mode. It's gonna be crazy, man. Yeah, crazy. So it's all the Versus games and also the Punisher beat 'em up. And it's not locked on the Switch. You can get it on Steam, on other consoles. So freaking awesome. After that, we got another new Super Mario Party game, Jamboree, dropping October 17th.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on what you say by another new Super Mario Party game?
Didn't they just release All Stars or whatever it was called, like Superstars, like not that long ago?
One of the Mario parties that just came out, I think it's Mario Party 8, which I also think is the latest one. This one was the one that incorporated like all of the old mini games from like I think it was 2, 3, and 4, and they just remastered them.
Yeah, Superstars. Yeah, that was the last one that came out.
So that's not 8, right? You're talking about the one that came after 8?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess it came out in 2021, so that was 3 years ago. But this one looks cool. They added a lot of new stuff in here. A bunch of crazy new mini games and all that.
I kind of missed it. Are we still on the carts?
They did add the carts in this. Yeah.
I mean, no.
Oh my god.
Okay, online multiplayer. 20 player Mario Party, bro.
That is insane.
Yeah, it's gonna be
That's
crazy.
so fucking fire, dude. That's great, dude.
Damn. We got raids in Mario Party now.
After that, we got the new Legend of Zelda game, Echoes of Wisdom. It's a cool little like chibi art style.
This is supposed to take. What was the other game that looks like this?
It was the Game Boy remake.
Oh yeah, the link to the past. That's right.
It's a cool little art style.
Pretty cute.
This might come right after A Link to the Past because he was fighting Ganon, not Ganondorf.
I saw Donkey's video and somebody put finally a game where you can actually play as Link.
The classic, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, Link gets captured by these rifts in the world, and now you got to play as Zelda to go save him.
Yo, she's Rosalina.
You get a staff, and then you just create objects that you can learn. I'm like, well, what about the rest of the game? And it's like, oh, well, like, yeah, you could capture enemies, and then you can just spawn more to fight for you. Like, oh, okay.
Spirit Ashes? That's cool.
Oh, she's a monster tamer.
This is new.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I like running mechanisms, like when you're running from something like the world is getting destroyed.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
it's like
cool.
time based. It looks like it's gonna be a big map, so
Yeah, I hope there's a lot to do.
The Legend of Zelda this time, guys.
And then I forgot what it was called, but I know you're hyped, Oscar. There's a new Ace Attorney collection coming out.
Investigations.
Yeah, this should be. This is supposed to be the. Oh! Fuck! It's Miles Edgeworth. Oh, dude, the prosecutor. This is fucking great. Dude, this guy is the fucking tits, dude.
Oh, I like how that looks. Reminds you of Danganronpa.
Actually, the way I got into Ace Attorney was by playing Miles Edgeworth first. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. The only difference is, of course, like Miles is a prosecutor, but there's still like, it's super funny because like this made my whole idea of prosecutors and lawyers like askewed when I was a kid. Is both of them are fucking detectives. They'll like go to crime scenes, investigate people, like do things. You know, like just it's fucking great. You know, like the quality of life adjustments that they're adding into this one. They're adding new features. They have a history thing. I could not tell you how much fucking pivotal, dude. Because there's definitely a lot of plot that you're going to need to pay attention to. It's mostly like, of course, like a dialogue based game. A lot of context words, things like that. Like it can get really hard later on because they really test your ability to like pay attention. And the lore behind this game, like the entire plot, because of course all of them are connected and they're interconnected. I don't want to give too much away, but like I want to say like you're put in a predicament for both games where both of them thinks they're the good guy, but one of them is actually playing as the bad guy unwillingly. So like between Phoenix and Miles, I'm definitely gonna get this. I don't even know when it's coming out. Didn't even know it was coming out, but I gotta get it.
In other gaming world news, Shadow of the Erdtree is coming out this week.
Oh,
pretty fucking hyped, ready for it. One of the manga adaptations, The Road to the Erdtree, is going on hiatus while the mangaka goes and plays Shadow of the Erdtree.
That's great. The gag comic, the official one, right? I only read like the first 2 or 3 chapters. But I think that's still going, right?
I forget, because there's 3 now. I think the gag one's still going. The Road to the Erdtree, I think, is a more serious one, where there's like actual background on like other side characters within the story. Yeah, we got like an apparent leak of like how much content's going to be in Shadow. It's just an overload of stuff. Somebody said like the size of the DLC is 75% of the entire game.
Good. I didn't even do the majority of the game. I don't expect to do the majority of the DLC, but damn it, I'm glad I paid $40 for stuff that I'm not going to do.
Yeah, this one I agree with you. Normally I'm against pre-ordering, but it's Shadow Leader Tree. I mean, come on. Of course I'm gonna get it. I honestly don't really care about the gesture. That's just like for fun. Like I said before, like if you know you're gonna have fun with this and play it, look at those feet. Now oh god, now I can't wait. This is one of those games where I'm actually waiting for and looking forward to. So of course, like I'm gonna pre-order it. But most games, like it seems like it's always crunch time whenever you have to pre-order something. But this has kept me waiting long enough. Honestly, it's like totally different game. But I saw that post where the trailer for the Elder Scrolls 6 was like what 5 years old, 10 years old. I don't think it was 10, but it's been quite a while. And Todd Howard was like, "Oh man, it's been a while, huh?" Like, yeah, you motherfucker, you forgot you were working on Elden. I can't even say it. Skyrim 2, and there was also a big trailer for Elder Scroll. It's Elder Scrolls, right? I can't even fucking remember the name now, dude. Like I keep Elden Ring and then Elder Scrolls. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very hyped. It's releasing this weekend. I'm probably gonna be grinding later today because I still have to beat Mog in my new game. And I remember it's like, okay, just Mog. I was like, cool. And then I remember seeing somebody saying like, oh, there's actually one more requirement too. Oh, Radon, I think you have to beat.
No. I mean, I can understand because he's one of the bosses that you need in order to get into the palace. He's an optional boss, but he's one of the optional bosses you need to get into the palace. I can see you killing Radon if it was somehow related to Rena, because all of that requires him to, release his hold of gravity so that you can proceed with the Rena quests and the sorcery quests and all that other stuff. But granted, it's been a while since I really remember the entirety of it all, so I might be missing some key elements, but...
Yeah, it's weird. All the articles I'm reading are just saying that, you just have to beat Radon. There's not like a more in-depth explanation of that. Okay, right here. In a recent interview, Miyazaki said... in order to access the DLC, you need to defeat Radon and Mog.
Okay.
Was that so hard? Every other article I was reading.
Fuck, I know.
Still very hyped. Can't wait to hop back in. It's been a long time. Moving on, we do have an email today from the boy Mark, unversepodcast@gmail.com. If you have any questions or comments, I'll be sure to bring them up. And so he asked today, what was the exact moment you dropped a show or a manga? He doesn't mention games because he says he never drops a game, mainly because he pays for it. So it's like, well, I might as well beat it if I bought it. But in his special case was with the DMC collection. He dropped it after DMC 1, but it has DMC 3, so you're going to play DMC 3. Oh, man. I mean, all the times where I'm like, man, this is fucking bullshit. When I was reading Attack on Titan, I was like, I'm done. Like, whatever. Whatever. But then I eventually do go back to it. I don't know. I still use the 3 to 5 chapter rule for manga. Now that I'm slowly reading manga again, it's like I read one last night. I'm like, yeah, this is a weird one. I don't care. Like I just got off. But I don't know. For the most part, I usually just keep going with the series until it's over, even if it is dragging. Because as much as I hated like certain mangas, I was like, well, I'm almost done anyways. I might as well just finish it.
Like nothing game-wise? You don't feel like you've ever done that game-wise?
Game-wise, yeah. I think it was mostly like with like some indie games that I thought looked cool. And then I played it a little bit and I was like, I don't really like how this plays. Like, I'm okay. And then I'll just get off like immediately. Yeah, I don't know. Well, with games, I'm like more specific to like, okay, what am I going to be playing? Let me actually pick something and then I'm going to play it, see how it feels. It's like, okay, this is good. And then I'll just keep going. So like, yeah, lately there hasn't been a game where I'm like, I'm just dropping this immediately.
I don't really read manga too much. At least, like, I don't explore new manga too much. I guess some of the recognizable series, like Attack on Titan, I definitely dropped that, like, well before they ever reached the basement to look at that photo, because they didn't reach the basement in a timely manner that was suitable to me. So I was like, fuck you guys. I don't care about this anymore. And I haven't really touched it since. Terraform Mars, that was another one. I definitely, like, just dropped that. I had no interest in really looking back on it either. I can't really recognize like a lot of other series that I don't think that I really followed up on that were like, I guess, popular to others. But game wise, there were definitely like some games now and then that I feel like I just like really kind of picked up and were just like, this really isn't for me. When I got my PS5 and like a lot of like the launch games came out, I tried Bug Snacks because I watched Adam play it and I was like, oh yeah, this game looks cool. You know, this game looks fun as fuck. And I played it for a while myself. And then I was like, you know what? This isn't as fun as I thought it was. I think it's just more fun to watch than it is to actually like play yourself. Just occasionally some stuff that comes out every once in a while that everybody's like, oh, it's cool. I think when that vampire free-for-all game came out, The Masquerade or Vampire the Masquerade or something like that.
Oh,
I remember a couple of people got into that. I probably played like in total like 1 or 2 games and then I like dropped that shit. I don't know if it's more of like a saturation in the market for like, well, for example, like for that vampire game, it's just a free-for-all. And it doesn't really stem that different from other free-for-alls other than it's a vampire game and you can shoot cool shit like run off walls and run up on random people and suck their blood and just weird stuff, you know? So it's like, it's cool. Like they have like their niche things that make them unique, you know? But all the same, it's just still what you're going to get out of the end of the day is like the same old. Like I would say like probably another thing that I was into but not really like super in love with was multiverses. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong, I like all of the characters and I think it's kind of badass and you know, Warner Brothers has a lot of IP, so there's like definitely like a platitude of characters that they have on deck that they can just serve out at any time. From time to time again, I feel myself like I would play this or like I would have played it back then when it came out and I would do the character rotations and I was like, yeah, these are cool. But this is just still like, it's not really different, you know, it's just like a party smash game and it's the same.
Yeah, I mean, I stopped playing it just because I was like, yeah, kind of whatever. I'm just waiting for my boy Ben.
The very last thing, I guess, like if I'm just gonna be dramatic, the very last thing that I would say that I dropped and like I never looked back with no hesitation, Kingdom Hearts. Like
you walked away.
I walked away, bro. I downloaded 3 when it was free. So like I got it and everything, and I was like, okay, like finally I can do this. You know, I can finally finish this, get this off the list and all that other stuff. I put an hour into that game, probably got to the end of Hercules World, like the very beginning of the game, and I stopped playing. And I don't know if you can agree with me on this or not. You probably can't. But by the time that I got to the boss of that area, and I had watched what was probably my 10th cutscene already, I just had 0 energy left for whatever was about to happen. And I just said, fuck it, dude. I don't even care anymore. You made me wait too long. This shit isn't as cool as I thought it was going to be.
I dropped Shogun. I tried to watch it. Like, it's a good show, right? Don't get me wrong. But I was trying to watch it with my parents. My dad liked it, but my mom kept trying to she kept sleeping through it. It's a lot of subtitles, you know. But that's fine. I'll probably pick it up later. Just not anytime soon. I dropped the old Sonic animation. Because it's like, yeah, you know, I already know I kind of get the gist. I honestly don't really care anymore. Just the fact that Sonic had siblings, that was cool. He was a freedom fighter, that was cool. But this dude is like 60 years old in a 30-year-old body, man. He's grown up so much. Like, I can appreciate the past. Now it's the future we're looking forward to. For like manga, I agree with both you guys. Both Attack on Titan, but I will see myself picking that up again. And Terraform Mars, honestly. Once we got to Earth Saga, that was it. I'm done. It was cool up in Mars where they were all fighting, but
yeah, I feel on that.
Sucks.
I feel you on that aspect with Sonic. Like I'm reading Dungeon Meshi right now, the Delicious Dungeon or whatever the English title's called, and it's a good time. You know, it's pretty wholesome. It's already over. And there's like 90 something chapters, and I'm like in the 20s right now. Like, I'm still having fun, like the characters are fun and stuff, but for the most part, like, yeah, it's just kind of like the same thing every chapter lately. Of like, alright, what are these goofy guys doing? It's like, oh, here's a monster, oh, we kill the monster, oh, I think we can cook this, and then they cook it, and like, there's some fun moments in there, but yeah, like, they're like dense chapters, and like, I don't know if I just want to read another 70 chapters in a row of this. I don't want to drop it, but it's like I might just like move on for a little bit, take a break, and then come back. But
seems like a lot of things we're dropping, we're just gonna come back to later, just to like check it out, give it that second chance, you know.
Yeah, like I like slice of life stuff, but when it becomes so repetitious like that, it's like, God, like this is just like, what are we doing, man? Come on.
Can I ask you a question?
You can.
Have you ever seen The Melancholic Life of Suzumi Harumiya, whatever her name is?
No.
I'm not sure if you would, but let me just explain this to you. There is a segment in the show, I think it's like 8 episodes, where basically it is literally the same episode over and over again 8 times up until like the 7th or 8th time. I guess like the whole plot is like this girl can just do anything she wants. She can just imagine anything, and that's her superpower. She like imagined wanting to repeat the same day over and over again because she thought it was like the best day or something. I don't remember. When I watched this the first time, I had no idea what was going on. I legitimately thought like the website I was watching the show on was fucked or whatever. I'm just imagining now like how you would have done watching that shit and then like immediately recognizing that you're just going to do the same thing over and over like 2 or 3 more times. Like if you didn't even know it was going to be a thing, I wonder how many episodes you would have watched before you stopped.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, especially like if you're like pretty zooted, you're like, wait, what's going on? Yeah, right on. So thank you for the email, sir. Last thing I'll bring up is yesterday I watched Furiosa.
Ooh.
Nice.
Hey, that's a good movie. But goddamn, so it's called Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. And let me tell you, it definitely feels like a saga in that movie because I didn't know it was 2.5 hours before going into it. It's split up into 6 chapters, and the way the movie is, it's like, yeah, you feel every single minute, man. I was like, damn, this is a fucking long movie.
It's long in a good way, right?
Yeah, it's good. You know, the whole time I kept thinking, like, damn, like, it really sucks this movie's bombing. Like, I'm only hearing good things. Like, why is nobody watching this in theaters? And then I'm watching it, and I'm like, it's slow in the same way that Dune is slow. Like, in the beginning, it's very, like, we're just setting up our characters. We're seeing Furiosa's journey as she grows up in this harsh environment from where she used to live. And then eventually, like, we start getting, like, the cool action stuff. Like, stuff that's reminiscent from Fury Road and all that. So that stuff was all fun. And then, yeah, like, the back half is, like, really, like, the key stuff for the movie that makes it pretty solid. A lot of ties to the game I was very surprised by. So that's pretty cool. It really makes me want to go back and play the game. Because there's so many shots where I'm like, oh, this is literally... I remember going down this road to go to Gastown. Yeah, everybody killed it. Anya Taylor, she was a solid Furiosa. Chris Hemsworth was fun. Even the child that played, like, young Furiosa, like, she was pretty good, too. Because you get a really decent amount of time with her. Like, not to spoil or anything, but yeah, the way the movie ends, it literally... The next thing that would happen is the start of Fury Road. So it's like, you could watch this and then immediately go into Fury Road, and it's like, it'll transition perfectly. Like, you don't really need to watch Fury Road to watch this. I mean, it's just cool because you could just point and be like, oh, I remember those characters from Fury Road. Like, that's cool. And just seeing, like the younger versions of them is nice. Like, Immortan Joe is, like, he's definitely... I would say he's just more youthful in this. Oh, to my surprise, we were waiting for, like, this funny little post-credit thing that's only, like, 1 second long. But going through the credits, we got down to, like, the VFX part. And what do I see? AI company credited for the movie.
Oh.
But I looked it up just to see, I'm like, what did they use AI for in this movie? The music aspect of it, like, you got some of the, I guess, the actors' voices and, like, kind of, like, altered it so that way it could play, like, during certain tracks or whatever. And the other side was the girl that played young Furiosa, like, they morphed her face a little bit. So that way her eye line and, like, that ridge above matches Anya Taylor-Joy's more.
So basically the character looks similar.
Yeah, but yeah, very surprising that I saw that. But yeah, definitely recommend it, man. It's a good one. All right, guys, wandered off here tonight. All right, guys, so thank you for listening as always. If you have any questions or comments, again, unversepodcast@gmail.com. In the meantime, we will be grinding on Elden Ring. I think that's all we'll be doing the next week.
Yep, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, alrighty, guys. We'll catch y'all on the next one.